Hi everyone, it is Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am good, much better than yesterday. I appreciate Cole Carmody sitting in on the DD along with hosting the K-State Insiders for me because I had some food poisoning and it wasn't a fun Sunday night slash Monday all day. Still a little bit under the weather, but I'm getting there. So today I'm going to just steal for myself something we talked about on the Big 12 Insiders today, and I want to expand on those thoughts. First, I needed to remind you to subscribe to the Big 12 Insiders. Please do so. If you're a Big 12 fan, you should be subscribing to that channel. Give it some of your support. Appreciate it so much, but subscribe to this channel too. They're both growing at their own speeds, and it's good to see. So did the Big 12 get shorted in the playoff by the playoff committee? I'm not convinced they did. I can make a strong argument, which I have on X, that BYU belonged in above SMU, but that wasn't the choice of the committee. The choice was Alabama or SMU. So getting to that was more the problem than the actual selection. I think it's good for the Big 12 that they didn't just instinctively pick Alabama and picked SMU. They picked the smaller brand because they thought it was a better football team. Now, of course, folks in the SEC are just crying. They're up in it. They play too many tough games. And while I think most of us agree that the SEC is the best conference in terms of the top teams, we don't agree that it's best from top to bottom. So just to say that the 8 SEC games you guys play is tougher than everything else anyone goes through is just silly. In fact, some SEC people are saying the SEC should stop scheduling outside of their conference altogether in power level football. Don't play anyone from the Big 10, Big 12, or ACC. Just play 4 patches and 8 conference games because that'll still be tougher than what anyone else does. It's nonsense. It's just the entitlement and the narcissism involved with this conference is out of control. And I even sense now the Big 10 is pretty fed up with it. And the Big 10 might be ready to say, we don't agree with what you're doing here. One thing that needs to be done with the college football playoff, as a whole, the conferences need to sit down and say, what is the schedule? Because you can't have some teams intentionally playing lighter schedules or playing tougher schedules. Is there any value in playing a tough schedule, playing a featured out-of-conference game? Well, it should be, and it should be awarded. Also, it should be punished if you don't play enough power-level teams. I personally think that number should be 10. You should be playing 9 conference games and 1 non-conference power-level game. And if you want to play 8, you can, but you're going to get a markdown, like a half loss for that other game. Because you didn't play a conference game, you choose to play probably an FCS or really bad non-power FBS team. And that's not the way it should be. There should be some equity in this. There really should be. But I will say this, I do agree with the critics that say that top 4 seeds should get the byes. I don't think it does Kansas State, Arizona State, or anyone else for the Big 12 any favors if they get a bye based on them being the Big 12 champion and not having earned that. And I know we can't trust the committee to seed things properly, but trust me, when I say the best thing for the Big 12 in this is to go win some games. And getting the bye and facing as a 4 seed, the 5 seed that probably should have been the 4 seed is not a good pathway to get those victories. I would propose this. If you can come to some agreement on what a schedule should look like, then let's have the top 4 seeds be the byes that go immediately into the quarterfinals. But as a return for not having that step into the quarterfinals, you will get, as a conference champion, guaranteed a home game in that first round. Now, we're talking about the Big 12. If you're seeded 5 through 12, you're going to have a home game. And oh yeah, you're not going to play another champion. You're going to play an at-large bid. So right there, you know you're probably going to get a shot at a Big 10 or SEC program on your home field. I think that's a good scenario for the Big 12. Get that extra game in if you have to, but maybe you're going to beat someone because of it. And I got to be honest, I don't trust the committee. I just don't. I think they're going to give in to a lot of pressure. But this year, picking SMU over Bama, that was a positive. And maybe they'll play it straight up and give the opportunities to the teams that are trying to build success at their schools. Not just give a team an opportunity to win a national championship because you've done it before. No, you didn't show it on the field this year by losing to two teams that were 6-6. Actually, eliminating Alabama was easy. The committee just made it hard.